Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have quite an interesting session today that is dedicated to the government and digitalization of the state services, because this is something that touches all us, because we are all at the same time citizens, and all at the same time we are involved in digital transformation. So we can see, we understand that how digital is not easy and how digital transformation can be done. And at the same time, we are the citizens, we understand how these services work, and in some cases it doesn't work. In some cases they broke or hacked. So now let's talk about how to build the better, I would say, the better world for our citizens, how we can exchange experience, and how we can collaborate. And today we have 10 presentations from Russian and Vietnam companies who will share their experience and their knowledge in this area. So, Mr. Do Kong Ang, maybe you would like to add something?
Okay, thank you, Zosi. My name is Do Kong Anh, Deputy Director General of Authority of IT Application in MIC. The government of Vietnam has recently launched a national program of digital transformation, setting the target to become the digital nation, rested in three pillars: digital government, digital economy, and digital society by 2030. Today, we introduced to this forum the three most outstanding and successfully representative of Vietnam ICT community from Viettel Group, Vin Group, and Mayland. So putting aside the mission of digital transformation, the three firms are also coming here to emissary, connecting ICT sector of the two countries and creating more opportunity for mutual trade and investment growth. I'm looking forward to listening story from speaker from both sides. Thank you. Zosi, your turn, please.
Sorry, my mic. So I would like to pass the word to Nikolai Sudarikov. He's representing Russian IT integrator. Actually, it's based in Russia, but how many offices globally do you have, Nikolai? I think more than 30, 50.
It's more than 90 now in 55 countries, including Vietnam. Do you have my slides, or I can?
No, I don't have your slides.
Okay. Then I wouldn't bother too much right now the presentation, because the topic of today's conversation is somewhat off my slides. So just a brief introduction. I'm Nikolai Sudarikov. You can find my details on the Zoom. So that's how you spell my name. I work for Softline. I've been with Softline for about past 5 years. Softline is a pan-emerging markets IT solutions provider. We originate in Russia, and now we cover more than 55 countries internationally, including Vietnam, where we have a small team of about 10 people. In addition to that, I participate in Apora for Russia. That's a Russian union for small to medium enterprises that helps companies reach the government in terms of their needed legal initiatives and support in business. So today, as we discuss digital transformation, economy, I wanted to share some details with you about how small businesses in Russia participate in this digital transformation and how government helps them. So out of almost 6 million small businesses in Russia, only 15,000 are coming from the IT sector. And we think that this amount shows us that at the moment in Russia and in many other countries, there is a huge potential for growth in small business for IT, because as the industry matures, we see increasing demand for specific applications, specific software, specific projects like big data analysis and so on. And even though large enterprises have much better options at providing infrastructure, we see huge potential for small companies that can actually operate on these data and provide render services to the end customers. So particularly for today's discussion, what I wanted to share with you is the steps that Russian government takes to support innovation in the country. And I think we can later on discuss what we can do together to help enterprises from Russia and Vietnam to expand internationally. So I think that most people from the Russian-speaking side here heard of the program called Digital Economy. And Russian government has invested more than $6 billion for that, and will invest twice as much over the next 5 years. And we believe that this initiative is a very important part of the country's transition to international digital economy, where we can probably shift away from selling mostly raw materials to offering services internationally. And as you see, like Softline is a great example. Over the past 5 to 7 years, the company has increased its international footprint, and we are eager to offer help to any Russian or Vietnamese software developer who is eager to sell his services internationally. The second point I wanted to touch upon is supporting small enterprises in this international trade. As you know, going internationally might pose significant challenges to small companies. And in order for that, we're currently working with the Russian government on a digital platform for small enterprises. This will be a platform where small companies can offer their products, their software products, their IT services to customers in Russia and outside Russia. And we're happy to say that all developers, not only from Russia, are very welcome to join in that, because you might have some unique expertise on particular fields that we can use afterwards. And the third step the Russian government is taking on this part is direct support for innovative IT projects. And we see that almost $100,000 million will be spent on that. We are constantly monitoring what government does to support enterprises. And we've seen some very successful IT projects going public over the past year. For instance, if you look at the Russian stock news, you probably have heard of Ozon going public last year. And this is a huge success that shows that Russian IT companies, Russian marketplaces can grow substantially and grow beyond Russia and its markets. So I think I will finish in this, as I don't have the slides and I don't want to bore you. But in the end, if you have any questions on how Softline can help you strengthen your presence in Russia or bring your products from Russia to Vietnam, I will be more than happy to assist. Thank you for attention.
Thank you. The second topic is promotion on using artificial intelligence for screening tuberculosis and COVID-19 via chest X-ray, which was from VinBrain. And now I would like to invite colleagues from VinBrain to start the discussion. Mr. Trương Quốc Hùng, Stephen Trương, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stephen Trong. I'm presenting Bring Brain today. So as a part of digital transformation, I think AI or artificial intelligence is the core. And today we want to talk about AI that emphasize for screening TB, tuberculosis, and COVID-19. So you hear me okay?
Yes, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me move the screen. So this is briefly about myself. So I graduated from Toronto, for University of Toronto, and have an MBA in US. And before I joined Vcrm, because Vcrm is a subsidiary of Vcrm, I have been working overseas for over 25 years. And the one that before I left is Microsoft USA, where I was a director of AI product and engineering and report directly to Executive VP of Microsoft USA. And I have a bunch of experience, some experience with startup and as well Honeywell, which is a software hardware company. It's briefly about some award that I achieved at Microsoft, Honeywell, but they on in the past, I think, and some pattern and application. So for the focusing of today, I will move directly to the next, which is talking about Bring Brain. So briefly about the achievement of Bring Brain. So Bring Brain is the leading AI for healthcare product company in Vietnam. Its mission is transform and equalize healthcare with the power of AI and IoT. So with this, within more than maybe like 18 months, something like that, we already got the top one rated AI for TB by the FIT. FIT is called like French International for Tuberculosis Relief. It is a US DA sponsor non-profit company. And then we also in the final list for the global with 28 country participants and for COVID responses for X Prize. And fortunately, last year in December, we was the best digital solution at the Make in Vietnam 2020 with the national competition by MIC. And we also receiving the our merit from the MOH in Vietnam. So here's a list of the product that we're doing. So we have a Dr. H for diagnosis. That's the one that won the prize that we're talking about. And then we also have the stroke detection chatbot that's going to release in the next 2 weeks. And then we're working on treatment for cancer using AI. And then we have other more complete solution for smart care. And we also the company that, provide the AI for smart city and smart home within the Vcrm ecosystem. In addition to that, we have signed the MOA with Stanford, Toronto, and UCSD, which is University California of San Diego. And we also got orders from Children's Hospital, Colorado for the COVID screening detection with the children that below 16 years old. And Colorado Hospital children is the biggest one in US as far as I know. And in Vietnam, we also partner with MOH, Vcrm, of course, our sister, and also, the National Lung Hospital System. So doing AI, I think the biggest thing that we're focusing on is data. So in the past, 18 months, we have collected 1.3 million chest X-ray, with 2/3 of them came from overseas, like Europe, USA, and some in Southern America. And 1/3 came from Vietnam. And within that, we do the label for 330 roughly 1,000 images using 50 radiologists with 5-year experience to do the label. And this is the breakdown for test set, which is hidden test, and validation set, and then also training test set. So with that, we have achieved the 18 DCs, and we got the top ranking from FIT, and also the number of abnormality detection is highest so far based on the region estimate recently. For the COVID, we collected negative, which is very easy because anything happened before COVID, it is negative, and we got 155,000 images. And for the positive, we got collected for about 7,600. And out of that, we got 60% from Europe, 15% from Vietnam, and 25% from other regions like Korea, and some from, like Taiwan, China. The way we are doing shipping criteria is we break into 2 steps because we want to make sure highest quality is the target. So the first thing we do is offline evaluation. We want to achieve up a minimum of 80% F1 score. And the way F1 score, you can see on the slide how calculated by the standard AI, matrix formula. And we got the average that we achieved for 19 abnormal medical findings such as pneumonia, pleural effusion, lung opacity, consolidation, so and so. And COVID, we got F1 average 87.1, and sensitivity, which is achievement is 87.6%, and specificity is 95%. All of those is a matrix calculated and used by doctor nowadays. With the offline evaluation, we also try to do A/B test. A means no AI, and B with AI. And with the result of more than 10,500 images, get 6 doctors to do the evaluation independently with AI and no AI. We conclude the answer by 9 to 25% improvement with AI. But we're not satisfied yet. We do another step number 3, which is we call user acceptance test. And the user acceptance test means we give the doctor of 5 hospitals in Vietnam and try it out and evaluate it in 10 days. And each day we collect the feedback. And after we collect for all of the 5 hospitals, we calculate the score. And we got 85% doctor found Dr. 8 is useful. Dr. 8 is our product, based on AI. So here is the, the way we have been deployed. So we got 19 abnormally. We also generate a medical report by AI. We have a smart assistant to do the speak to text and text to speak. And with the Vietnamese particular, we beat Google by 12 points on the world error rate. World error rate is the standard calculation for speech recognition. And we also get the feature to do second opinion, where the first doctor may consult the second doctor based on Dr. 8 platform. And with Dr. 8, we found 3 patents for apply AI to medical image and in US and Vietnam. And the product have been deployed since we released the first product in June 14, 2020. And we got 63 hospital site and a reach deploy. And we already deployed like about 50% of that, so about 35 hospitals. And we got about nearly 400 doctors using it. And this is the volume of the image have been going into our system is roughly about 250,000 images. So here is the area that we have been deployed. So I just show you like the National Lung Hospital, you know, the National Tropical DC Hospital for COVID in the north, which is nearly Hanoi, and also the National Institute of Hematology and Blood Transfusion. And in the south, we got, you know, like the UMC, which is the biggest hospital in terms of research and medical image, which stands for Unified Medical Center. And we also got other bunch of hospitals like Way Medical Hospital and Way National Hospital. So we try to cover all of the country in Vietnam. But I think particular for this purpose, I know that tuberculosis is one of the top 10 caused by death worldwide. You know, with 1.4 million people die by TB. And Vietnam ranked 11 and Russia ranked 20 by the statistics of the world top 30 highest TB. And this area I like to share that are open for future collaboration between the two countries, where the you know technology is built right by the people in Vietnam and within the country of Vietnam. Okay, so we want to end the TB by 2030. This is by the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And with the jet X-ray, it plays a critical role in detection pulmonary TB. So we have the technology based on big data. So with the TB, we have about 185,000 jet image for TB problem from Vietnam, India, and China. And we divide the different training sets and validation and test sets, follow the standard, the top standard guidance for AI training. And here is the model that we try to apply based on deep learning. Started from imaging on the way to segmentation, to lunch area cropping, and deep learning detection classification model, and come out with TB or non-TB. And with the segmentation, we're able to come up with the heat map you can see on the left-hand side, and also the segmentation area for the problem. So with this, we have achieved the top 1 round assessment by FIT, I mentioned earlier, which is the French International for TB release. And the CDC of USA is proposing to have a white paper with us, and then we'll send to Atlanta in USA for certification of our advanced technology. One notice about the COVID, we're using the COVID to detect, having a COVID or not. And you know that the COVID by WHO, the World Health Organization, they have about 80% no symptom, or they call asymptomatic, which is like no symptom, no cough, no, fever, or light symptom. And 50% is severe and 5% in ICU room. So with the model we detect, we learned that when we study the data in Vietnam, 50% of the COVID patients in Vietnam do not have any symptom. In the world, I think in US, I think it's about 63%. But the Dr. 8, when we analyze the data set that we do the test set, it have 157 image that doesn't have any symptom. And we go by the medical report for those images. And also relabeled by radiologists, we able to detect 111. That means out of 10 people have no symptom, but got contaminated by COVID disease, we detect 7. So those are the images that very clean, but they are actually COVID patients. And with this achievement, like I mentioned earlier, we are in a finalist for the 28 countries participate in prize competition in the world. And we are fortunate to become one of the finalists. We got order by Children's Hospital, in Colorado to retrain the model for them with the children patient. And we also able to deploy our mobile app onto Google Play and Apple Store. That is not easy. When you get into those stores, it will take few months effort to do that. And with very generosity of our chairman, he have decided to donate the Dr. 8 COVID-19 application for free to the Ministry of Health. And this is a quote from the current Minister of Health. And here is briefly about how we're doing the technology in future, where we know that AI doing healthcare is the toughest problem. And the biggest problem is labeling data. We have to use, experts, not just normal people can do the label. So that's why labeling is the biggest problem of how we can deal with big data. And the second, on the right-hand side, we're working on treatment, which is rectal cancer, lung cancer, liver cancer, and breast cancer. And we have using different kind of technology to do also for thalassemia, gene problem by using AI to do the detection early and improving the blood image quality. And on the bottom, we deploy the stroke detection chatbot to the emergency right now, roll out to Thái Nguyên next week, confirmed by Tuesday next week or Wednesday, and we will roll further to the other places. And here's a quick snapshot of what our future collaboration between the two countries. Like we can help to do the Dr. 8 for overseas day on in the cloud technology, and we can roll to it, and that's why we can able to have and also roll out the teleurology service Oh, someone speaking, can you mute? Okay. Yeah, so thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Stephen. It's really amazing to see your achievement, especially when you know that right now the world is really unpredictable, and when you can create something that in a very short period of time achieve such results. I understand how much efforts and work was done by your team, and especially when it is recognized globally, it means it's really a great job. It's really something that really excites us and makes believe that we can do even better. But it's really super that you've done. Thanks for your presentation.
Yeah, thank you, George. I appreciate it. And I think that looking forward for the two countries to participate in solving public health problems. And I think that is our passion and the mission of how WingBrain can help to solving those problems.
Actually, you know that I wanted to add one point that Russia government decided to open, to give the access to the state-owned data, especially in the medical field. So it means that companies in the telehealth and medical field can take the data and maybe to enrich the data that you have.
Great, yeah. So maybe we can get the contact and then we can follow up with that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I may ask like the organizer can have to connect to us for the future. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, thanks.
Now I would like to pass the word to Igor Bogdanov, who is the project director in RT Labs in Rostelecom. Rostelecom actually is the biggest telecom company in Russia, and it really like does the great job in terms of telecom services, and as well as in developing new services for the government and for the citizens.
Sorry. Hello, friends. Yeah, I will talk about how to securely share data between government agencies and commercial organizations like banks, telecom operators, and so on. How to make it securely, transparently for citizens. So let me open my presentation, please, again, because it was not working well from the beginning. Can you see it now? Thank you very much. Yeah, so
yes.
As George introduced, Rostelecom is the biggest telecom operator in Russia, and RT Labs, which I represent, is a subsidiary which is responsible for operating the government IT systems. So we serve public services portal, interagency exchange system, identification system, biometric system. So more than actually 60 electronic government services and platforms. So agenda for today for me is just three things. So we talk about Vietnam's success. So it's a great success actually from Vietnam's side. I will share experience about digital profile functionality, which you can reuse and make yourself or with our help, like to share data securely and controlled way from public agencies to commercial organizations, and small proposal. So regarding your success, it's actually great success. For last 2 years, you made great boost. It's just fantastic. So if you talk about public services portal, for just 1 year, you put more than 2,500 public services in the portal. For me, it's unbelievable. Yeah, more half of them are level 4 public services, which are totally online services. Many areas like almost 100% digital. Yeah, like taxes, customs, treasury, business registration, and of course Ministry of Health and Ministry of Information also, like 100%. It's fantastic result, and you did it in very, very short time. So National Document Exchange Platform connected all your ministries and provinces in short time. So I believe it's also because you introduce not only national platform, but also local government service platform, which allows to connect like agencies in ministers in easy way. So they don't need to make everything themselves. They just like put ready solution. And also it's a lot of organizational efforts for sure, but you did it, connected everyone. And for government itself, you made services. It's e-cabinet information system to work and for organize meetings and votings, and reporting platform to make right decisions based on right information from places. Make in Vietnam program made a lot of great platforms. You make one service or product or platform every week. We won't do it the same way. So it's just fantastic. So there is a still work to finalize, like work in progress. It's identification and authentication system. As we know, you chose decentralized model. Then we have several identity providers. You still need to finalize like database and population and land, but I'm sure you will finalize it this year as you plan. In Russia, we have also elements of decentralization. So mainly we have centralized authentication system, but we have also element of decentralization because we can use information from third-party identity providers like banks to create verified records in main identification systems. So we also use like several identity providers. And for some portals, like regional portals, we also use multiple sources of identification. So maybe if you like need some advice or something, we can also discuss that. So main idea of today's topic is digital profile. This is the way to connect public agencies information with commercial organization securely and by controlled way by citizen, first of all. So to explain what is digital profile, I should explain first what is not digital profile. So what happened like before, and I'm not sure, maybe happens the same way on your side. So before, and we talk on the situation, then we have like companies like banks or telecom operators or insurance companies, which need some official information about, they need to confirm like official information about citizen, his passport number, his name, etc. In some cases, his revenue, his salaries, that he's not criminal. Yeah. So in this case, like in normal situation, like before digital profile, we have in the middle national document exchange platform. Yeah. In our situation, interagency exchange system. So it connects everyone. Yeah. Banks, all public agencies. But in this case, every bank, and we have more than 400 banks, should request access to every public agency. So it's more than 40 agencies connected, like big ones. So it's a lot of efforts for banks from one side. From other side, data updated not proactively. So bank should, to update information, request agency, for example, Ministry of Internal Affairs, about passport details. So should request every time. And third one, not every public agency work like the same way fast. So sometimes requests can take long time because not every agency is very interested to provide fast answers. So this is normal situation which was before, and also not good for citizen, because citizen, even then citizen give approval So he should write somewhere that, okay, I'm allowing to get my information, but still citizens don't remember who is accessing his information. He don't remember because so many banks or companies maybe read about him everything, know everything about salaries, about jobs, about everything. Yeah, but he cannot control that. So that's why it was offered by central bank and bank community. Digital profile. Digital profile, it's the way for citizens to control access of different companies to his personal data. So first of all, yeah, this is a digital profile is an area on public services portal. So there is a public services portal and there is a personal area there. So for this citizen, and this area collects automatically all frequently used documents and reports from public agencies, like from Ministry of Affairs, Pension Fund, Federal Tax Service, Ministry of Justice, as you see, and others. So, for example, if citizen want to get credit in the bank because he want to, like, for education of children, for medical services, I don't know, to buy a new apartment, for something which is good for life, yeah. His digital profile, so this digital area in his public service portal, it already get updated information before he goes to bank. It's official and updated. Then he go to bank website. In our case, he can go physically, but in our picture, he visit website or application of bank, choose product like good credit with good percentage, and then login using identification and authentication system of Russia in our case, yeah. So after he logs in to the system, bank request access like from citizen, and it's number 3 here, and citizen should approve that in this system in digital profile. Then citizen approve this access, bank get required data. So bank, and what's important that bank get not all data, but bank get exactly data which he requested. Like in this case, passport details from Ministry of Internal Affairs, and like salary and jobs details from pension fund. And citizens know exactly who is accessing his data and which type of data. Important also that it's not one-time access, that it's subscription. So bank can subscribe to data. And if there is some update, so in this case, this is passport details updates in Ministry of Internal Affairs, like passport changed, or if a woman married, she changed second name. So this updates automatically goes to this digital profile area. And then it's automatically get to the bank. It's important because banks and telecom operators, at least in Russia, they, by law, they should have every time updated information in their profiles. So now they request every month Ministry of Internal Affairs and check, is it correct or not? So in this case, it will be done proactively. What is also important here, like citizen can not only control access of different organizations to his data, personal data, but he can also see what information about him is available. So he knows which documents exist in different agencies. Because normally, I don't know what information there is in pension fund, which is in tax services. In this case, he knows all his information. This is updated, and this is new one, and this is official. Yeah, for banks, it's easy way to provide good credits because he can check every information. It's easy to connect because he don't need to request many accesses to different agencies, but he just requests one access. So yeah, it's best for everyone. Also, it's a good way for proactive services. So in Russia, we have 25 proactive services in work at the moment. So if something happens in people's life, like childbirth, then system get notification about that, and system provide payment for mother automatically. So it's not like citizens should go and request payment for childbirth. It's done, it will be done, it's a work in progress, it will be done automatically, which is important that like it's a fair payment, because some people don't know that they have some rights. Some people know, but then it's done automatically, like all people get the same fair like conditions. Yeah, in this program here is now last 1 year. It's in pilot phase, but it's interested 22 banks, biggest banks, and 3 telecom operators from 4, and 1 million citizens. So this like profile has great interest from our companies and citizens, and I believe if you make something similar, also your companies will be interested. Like our proposal, first of all, as you grow fast, maybe like I believe everything is good, but if you feel that you need some advice regarding monitoring and management of high load system for your government, which has additional strict security requirements, yeah, so maybe we could help, because we manage very huge loads at the moment, like billions of requests per month, many millions accounts, 13,000 connected agencies, yeah, huge load. So maybe you could help if you need advice. Second one, digital profile, which I described. It's a way to connect public agencies and commercial organization. If you need some advice or information, or we could help. And third one, maybe also interesting for your banks community. So we can offer connection to Russian banks community. It's one of most technologically advanced community in the world. So we work with them tightly, and if your banks or the organization want to have some business contacts there, we also could help. Thank you very much. My contacts are here. If you have any question or you want to contact me, please do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Igor. I was surprised because you have very latest information about e-government development in Vietnam. Besides MIC and MOS now have 100% online services, but we have 4 provinces with 100% online services, and now 63 provinces have LZSP. I understand the interagency exchange system is something like we call in Vietnam ID exchange system. We understand the system lets citizens control their privacy with the consent to provide the information. And this is a distributed system, right?
Technically, it's distributed, yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm concerned about the ID, the ID system and the authentication system. We contact you later about this. Thank you.
Okay, let's do it. Thanks.
Okay, and I would like to listen and from our colleagues from Viettel, a telecommunication corporation, about smart transportation in Vietnam. May I invite Mr. Phạm Anh Đức, Deputy Director General, Viettel Business Solution. Mr. Đức, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Công Anh. Hello, everyone. So, very good for me today to join the information from you guys in Russia and in other company in Vietnam share. And I also would like to share some information about the smart transportation. That's where Viettel we developing and what we have already done. And in this talk, I would like to share what we have done and what we're going to do in the future. That's something that we still on research, on developing and researching about that. And we hope that you guys from Russia or any other company could support us, we together to build the good solution using the technology to have Vietnam transportation system. Wait a minute, let me share my slide. Yes, can you see my slide now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Again, my talk today will make a brief introduction about us, about Viettel, what we, beside as a telecom company, that's what we are doing with the e-government and smart city. Overview about the current traffic status in Vietnam and the solution from us, what we already implemented and ongoing to support for the traffic in Vietnam, and the technologies that we use, so like people in the world always talk about the big data, the AI, that's to support for many vertical industry, and transportation is the one we implement also. And Viettel, you know that we are a telecom company, and where we have the infrastructure, which will be the future, the key enabler for digital transformation, include IT and telecom network, which very specially that we have most modern network in Vietnam deployed by Viettel, and the broadband infrastructure is we have already almost 90% of our population in Vietnam, and the IT infrastructure is also we have 8 data center, which is 3 of 8 already have the tier 3 certification, and that is the thing we think that it support us and support Vietnam government and the provinces to enable the digital transformation in the near future. And that's it, we also did with our government and the other and the provinces or big city in Vietnam. And we also one of the biggest company in Vietnam. We own our own cloud infrastructure, and we are deploying the cloud infrastructure for MIC, and we try to support for all provinces using cloud infrastructure. That is the one very important in digital world today. And yes, as I talk, beside the infrastructure ability, we also have the ability in provide a solution for the government and smart city, especially in smart city. As we have the intelligent operation center solution that we already deployed for 11 city in Vietnam, and especially Hue. We get the Telecom Asia Award, which is the most development digital city in 2019. And besides that, we also provide a solution for the education, healthcare, and the transportation also. The education and the healthcare sector, we almost deploy for every city in Vietnam. We have the solution for example, in the education, just in healthcare, we provide, as is a little bit mistake between healthcare and education, like the health, the telehealth, we provide already 1,300 hospital where people can do the take care of the health for the for people from the city to the urban or the far away from the city or in emergency case. Besides that, we build the database for the personal healthcare, and also we have the solution to build on the national education database, and also we provide a solution for online learning, for especially for just the COVID in 2020 and 2021. We provide the online learning solution where the student and the teacher or lecturers, they can teach or learn each other from remotely, not in the campus during the time. And we also provide the solution for the transportation. And now I would like to make a detailed introduction about that. As you know, in Vietnam, the current situation of the traffic is a very big problem with some big city, like we get usually called highly traffic density in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, and now some city like Đà Lạt or in Da Nang, we also facing the same problem. And we the area for the traffic or the parking in Vietnam is the ratio is just 8.2%. Is the very low compared to the average of the world is 15%. And the congestion in the highway is also the problem with the manual money collection or the ticket. And the public transport in Vietnam is also not developed yet. It's not attractive for the people. Almost like Mr. Công Anh or us or me or the other people join here. I think that most of them, they use their own personal transportation like car or vehicle. And that's why with that problem of Vietnam current transportation or traffic problem, we provide some solution. We think that we use the technology where it can support for the traffic. And we, beside what we think, we research and we learn from the international best practice, and I see there's a lot of solution in the world they provide already. And I hope after this one, the guy from Russia, that you can support Viettel and Vietnam as well about the traffic problem. We provide a solution with the advanced technology like AI or big data radar to like we control the we provide the EPA solution, the continuous traffic continuous system in the highway where people or car we don't have to stop anymore. We use the electronic card, then we it reduced a lot of time for the car in the toll collection. We use also we have the electronic ticket system which provide for the public transport where people they don't have to spend more time or a lot of time for the. Actually, this one is just a few, not many yet. But for the electronic toll collection is we implement for all the Vietnam already, the highway in Vietnam already. And electronic ticket system is just a few like BRT, the bus, the one kind of bus, the modern bus in Vietnam. We also provide a smart parking system in 3 big cities in Ho Chi Minh, in Huế, and in Da Nang, where the car they don't they can parking the car in any in the parking place, and they don't have to pay manually by cash anymore. Besides that, we have the TMS system, where we, as you know, the traffic in Vietnam is very crowded, and the behavior of the people who join in the traffic is not really good yet. So that's the one who violate the regulation will capture on, for example, the car who go with the red light in the traffic, or the people who go in the wrong way direction, or the car or the motorbike who go too fast compared to the limitation of the speed, and we capture all of that and send to the headquarters, where they can have the tickets, the oblige ticket to penalty the people. And this chain is not many city yet, but for 10 city, we see there's a lot of behavior improve for the traffic in that city. Besides that, we are building the intelligent traffic light control. This one is not launching yet, but we hope it can support some big city like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, or Da Nang. They can improve the traffic light. For example, in some there's 4 light. For example, one light is very long vehicle waiting. Then we can improve the green light for longer. We can increase the green light. The other light, if the vehicle is little, then we can decrease the green light and increase the red light, so that it can improve for the traffic. And this system, frankly, we are under implemented. We are researching on that. So if there is anyone who has the detailed solution or already deployed to the other province or country in Russia, so please share for us. We can together to deploy in Vietnam. The second one is about the ITS on the highway is also very important, like traffic monitoring or violation sectioning, dynamic load weight system, or environmental monitoring, electronic toll collection. This one we already implemented, and the traffic monitoring from management center. And this we also under packing solution, and we hope at the end of this year we will have the first version. So it is, if it is something that you can support for us, so please contact me, and we will think about that together. And of course, about the benefit for to using the technology for the transportation, I think everyone know about that, and it is not new in the world. Many people already know about that. For the citizen, for the enterprise, and for government, we know about that. So now we just need to find the right solution for that. And the technology that we use, as I said to you, we base on the telecom companies, and we have the telecom infrastructure and IT infrastructure on 5G, on ETE, or radar, or GPS already. And we have also the center with the AI and machine learning to build the solution to the most city traffic. The most traffic problem is about the video and the radar, and we use the big data and AI to recognize and to analytic using the computer vision to analytic the situation and make the intelligent solution instead of the people who had to watch and make the decision manually. And in the future, we also have think about the automatic vehicle with the IoT. We have the IoT infrastructure already. So if anyone who would like to try in Vietnam with automatic vehicle, we can also collaborate with Viettel. And a connected car, we also research about that, but it's not deployed yet. And that is all about the things that I would like to share for you today about what situation in Vietnam. I think Russia guy, you already know well about the situation about the traffic in Vietnam. And for this, we would share some solution we have and some solution that under development we would like to ask for the support or the partner from Russia, you guys. So that is all for today. I would like to share for you because the time is limited. So I just share briefly. And this is my short contact information. Please contact me if you interested in what we are researching for. So please contact me. So thank you everyone for listening.
Anduk Pham, thank you very much for your presentation. It's really interesting to hear that what kind of technological level you already achieved with your current challenges, and I would say technology roadmap where we can collaborate. I think several Russian companies can definitely would like to collaborate in the form of AI, IoT, or connected cars areas. And since you put your contacts here, so we as Tech Global definitely will contact you and probably will set up a call and present some solutions from Russian IT companies, and definitely the companies by themselves can contact you and we can find a new projects, new joint projects.
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
So thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation. And now I would like to give the floor to Maxim Shirokov from a company that is called Novy Disk. This is quite unique company in Russia. It implemented the educational system in more than 38 regions. And Maxim, just correct me if I'm wrong. And what is another interesting about the company, it provides educational platforms and content for all levels of I would say, school grades. For example, for preschool, for elementary school, for the main school, and after school. It's quite a unique company that has all types of content and platform for all the elements of the education. So Maxim, the floor.
Good afternoon, Georgi. Yes, that's correct. By the way, do you hear me well and do you see my screen?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, you were right. We are the leading education provider in Russia in terms of digital education. My name is Maxim Shirokov and I'm Strategic Development Director at the company called Novy Disk. Let me tell you briefly what Novy Disk and our solutions are all about. But let me start with the simple fact that digital education has been the only means to continue the educational process during the COVID quarantine time in Russia, and I think in the most of the countries. And Novy Disk played a very important role in helping Russian authorities in addressing those problems which they faced by moving the educational process from online to online mode. Just one number, from March to May 2020, our system's load increased by more than 50 times. So we've got significantly more users during this 2020 period, during the COVID closure schools timeframe. And definitely we effectively and efficiently resolve those problems and challenges we faced. Because we are not novices into that topic, we are 28 years into the digital education space. Like Georgi said, we are covering digital education for virtually all segments, starting from preschool to primary, secondary, vocational, higher, and corporate education. And we provide different types of digital education solutions, which I will tell you more in a little bit. We are roughly 300 employees offices, and we are roughly 300 people company with 2 offices in Moscow and Samara. And among our customers are several federal ministries, dozens of regional education authorities, and we have roughly 18 million users in Russia and neighboring countries. So basically, digital education solution, in our perspective, consists of 3 major pillars, which you see on your screen. This is education management information systems, digital multimedia interactive learning content, and electronic systems of teacher professional development. If you put those 3 together, you have a very effective educational solution which can be used in wherever circumstances, whether it's offline, online, blended mode, or pure online education. And the difference we have among our competition is that we produce so-called digital learning methodological complexes. Let me thank Mr. Duke from Viettel for telling us how smart transportation system is actually playing out right now in Vietnam. Perhaps one of the things which we have, and you will see right now on your screen, is that the system which we have, also digital learning methodological complex. Excuse me for some Russian video, but I hope you will have a brief idea of that complex which we have to train students from 5-6 years old to 15-16 years old with different multimedia interactive means. For example, children, to learn the road traffic safety rules, can play games, which you see right now on your screen. For example, they're playing games, they're gaining scores if they obey the rules and follow the rules, and they're losing scores if they don't obey the rules and violate the rules. So basically, in addition to games, we have different videos and multimedia cartoons for primary, secondary, and higher school students, which you see right now on your screen. So those are the examples of different cartoons, educational on road traffic safety, so that children of 6, 7, 8 years old will have a better perception of what it's all about and what they need to do in different circumstances and in different environments. So these movies are actually tailored for the age of different groups, whether it's small children or children from high school, etc. Of course, this complex is complemented with different interactive courses, which students can actually learn online. And the very important thing, all of that is a comprehensive learning methodological complex, which is not just provided to students or teachers and parents and kids in a standalone and separate mode, but it's really provided in a comprehensive, holistic, complete mode, so that children will have really great experience and really a better understanding of how to behave and how to get better educated on road traffic safety. So perhaps this is a good example of learning methodological complex in digital form, which can complement, Mr. Duke, your smart transportation system, because it's very smart and it's very good to manage everything online and with immediate needs. But I think going forward and with a longer term approach, it's really important to train children from the very small age to really understand road traffic safety rules, which can save a lot of lives, a lot of health trauma issues, and really improve the transportation culture situation on Vietnamese roads. This is just one example of this learning methodological complex. We provide also a number of others, which whose screenshots you see on your screen. I will not spend a lot of time on each of them. I will just tell you that it starts from teachers. We have really comprehensive electronic system to train teachers and to develop them professionally, which has been implemented in several regions. And this is example and case study in the Moscow region, where we successfully did that for more than 90,000 teachers. And this really proved very effective during the quarantine and school closure and professional development institution closure season. We are the biggest content provider for the federal ministry resource called Russian Electronic School, which actually is the leading resource which was used by the Russian Ministry of Education to train and to continue educational process online while the schools were closed. And the content which is over here is from 1st to 11th grade. It's provided in each and every subject, and it really helped a lot in addressing and successfully solving those problems which the education system faced during the COVID-19 closure time. We're not only effective in Russia and neighboring countries, we are also providing solutions abroad. This is an example of how our preschool educational complex has been right now developing in China. We have more than 1 million users of this complex, and more than 20 leading platforms in China are promoting our robotic preschool digital education complex, which is very important for education, because it contains the whole preschool education program, and it puts it into multimedia interactive fashion, interactive mode, and provides it online or in a blended fashion or in offline on interactive modes to kids, which really provides them effective means for education, not just to overspend time with gadgets, not to waste their time and misuse their time on different phones or laptops, etc., but really spend that effectively to train according to the educational program and according to the educational standards. We are tailoring our solutions for different cultures, for different national circumstances. Here's an example of how we work in Saudi Arabia by tailoring for their virtual kindergarten program. And I would like to also mention about our latest solution, which is digital documents management platform based on blockchain. This is a very important thing for today's students, especially in higher education, because they would like to enrich their portfolio, not just to provide simple and mere diploma to their employers, but they would like to enrich it with their websites, web projects, any digital assets that they have, and they would like to include it into their certificate, into their diploma, into the document which they can share with hundreds of potential employers. And employers would like to make sure that this is really, Mr. Ivan Ivanov or Mr. Piotr Petrov who is sharing this information with them, and they would like to have authenticity, and they would like to make sure that this is really this is really proven and credentials are accurate. So we provide, based on blockchain, the means to effectively manage this process, which is also gaining very big ground in Russia and neighboring countries. So basically, to summarize, you can perceive Novi Disk as a kind of Lego constructor. We have dozens of different modules, like I mentioned, from content to information system management to professional development for teachers to digital documents based on blockchain to specialized complexes like on road traffic safety. And depending on your specific requirements, whether it's ministry or Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh Department of Education or some specialized smart transportation system, we can really tailor the combination and configuration of our modules for your specific needs. And that's our advantage compared to additional competitors. Most of our products are working on any platform, from interactive board to laptop and desktop to smartphone, and we would be glad to explore together with you how that can be also played either in Vietnam or in neighboring countries or in Russia together with your solutions. Here are my contact details. I would like also to mention that during today's webinar and during today's conference, our partner in Vietnam is also present, Mr. Dang Jung from Hang Viet Consulting Services, also in this session. And for respectful Vietnamese friends, you're very welcome to contact Mr. Dang Jung to really follow up on the specific questions you may have with regards to Novidisk. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'm turning back to Georgi.
Thank you, Maxim. Thank you for your interesting presentation with some nice education content. You know, the digital transformation in education is the top priority sector in Vietnam. And our leader care about digital education, which cover digital online course, digital environment, and education management information system. We also concerning about the blockchain-based document system. Is that something like a certificate that we store in a blockchain?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay, that's nice. So if you have
blockchain is used as a means to prove credentials of that specific person, that this certificate and this diploma really belongs to this specific person. And you cannot fake it, you cannot steal it, because it's blockchain based and it has really high degree of authenticity and security and safety. That's the rationale behind using blockchain in this specific area. But of course, we would be glad to share more details, and I can attract our people who are who have more than 15 years into blockchain experience, and we would like to we would be glad to share more on this.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, if we have information, we connect to Mr. Dang Jung. That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I also would like to invite Mr. Phạm Thị Nga, the product director of Mayland Corporation, to provide some further information on digitalization of land use planning and optimizing real estate database. Ms. Nga, please.
Hi guys, Sagar this side. I will be presenting Mayland instead of Ms. Nap. Before we proceed, thank you for having us here today. And I will start with a quick intro. Myself, Sagar, I'm product strategy head at Mayland.com. And before we dive into what Me Group is about, let's first understand what are the challenges that customers are today facing in Vietnam market and how we are trying to build a digitalization in real estate. Let me quickly share my screen with you all. Yeah. So when we consider real estate in Vietnam, there are two broad customer and user segment that we see. One is buyer side and another is seller side. So from the buyer side, the problem arises when they start looking out for a property. Although we do have very good PropTech solutions in the market, but we see that there are a lot of issues that they face in terms of first legal paperwork, getting cycling payments and mortgage solutions that do exist in the market, but they don't have proper knowledge about it. Then how to search and find the relevant properties, how the unit selection has to be done, how to look after the land usage of a particular property. So these are the problems that buyers are facing today in the market. At the same time, sellers and brokers and owners of the properties are not able to first sell fast. They are not able to find the relevant targeted audience for their products. There is lack of data analytics, which basically leads to little understanding about how to reach out to the particular target customers, how to find the relevant advertising solutions so that they can reduce their cost of reaching out to the relevant audience. So that's where MeLand and Me Group comes in. Me Group is an ecosystem of 26 different real estate specific products, which are backed by AI technology, blockchain, and data analytics. We do have very strong acquisition and specifically lead acquisition and stock management solutions. And we capitalize on solving these issues for brokers, buyers, as well as sellers. With our solutions, what we did and what we focused on is first, cost reduction. Second is to make sure that we co-create our solutions with the customers. So for every single product that we do have in our ecosystem, we first do market research. We first understand what are the ground issues that people are facing. And then we do asset analysis, and then we come up with our solutions that I'm going to go through in coming slides. So our ideology is how to digitalize real estate. At the same time, we do understand that there are different stakeholders in the market having individual problems that cannot be solved by one single product. So that's where Me Group comes in. We are an ecosystem of 26 different products which are targeted towards different customer problems. And our solutions are driven by three major futuristic technologies, which is AI, data analytics, and third, where we are trying to build our solution, that is AR and VR. The more data, and as we all know, the more data we have, the more challenges come into to understand how we can interpret data, how we can generate insights, how we can help our end users to come up with solutions of those insights that we are generating for them. So on the basis of the data that we compile on our 26 different products, we have analyzed different buying and selling trends that basically help customers to do intent-based buying or intent-based selling on the platforms. We also develop insights on pricing, historical data. Also, we look at historical pricing for a particular geography. We also look at home value trends. So what is the potential value for a particular neighborhood? Let's say if we are considering Hanoi, what was the pricing of a particular geography 5 years back, where it is now, and then we do predictive analysis and understand where it is going to go in the coming months and in coming years, so that a person can make a right choice in doing the investment. So if you see our products, we have basically formulated 26 different products targeting different solutions. We have products which are into banking solutions. We do have products which are into, let's say, ERP and CRM modules. We do have products that are solving advertising solutions for real estate. So the core products that we do have at MeLand, they use combination of search and discovery tools, which generally focus on intentional search, which is very new today in the market, where you analyze how users and consumers are searching on your platform, and then you recommend the choices that they are looking for on the basis of their history, on the basis of their intent, on the basis of their geography, on the basis of the price point that they are looking for. Then our products are heavily supported by AI, and we also provide virtual property views to our audience. Talking about our core products, meland.com is our forte right now, where we have focused our energy and efforts, which is a listing platform which is solving customer problem in terms of first intentional search, and second in terms of connecting brokers directly with the customers. Then we have integrated MeLand with two other advertising solutions, which is MePage and MeAd, which are targeted towards building advertising solutions for owners as well as for brokers in the market, because they are not able to analyze whether a particular property they are posting is targeted towards the right customer or not, where we find blockchain as one of our technique to solve the issues that end users and suppliers are facing right now. Then we do have a solution, MeCRM, which is expecting to record somewhere around 100,000 interactions per week in coming months. We are focused on 5 basic modules for CRM, which I'm going to touch upon in coming slides. So starting with MeMap, after the implementation, we have found that there is 60% improvement in customer buying effectiveness because we are solving a core problem in the market. We do have unique value proposition where customers can interact on maps and see what is the geographical and historical data trend as well as pricing trend for a particular property. So we do precise planning information on the platform. We do provide smart experience where they can simply search on the information. They look after land use planning, they look after properties, they look after nearby hospitals and let's say schools in the vicinity of the geography where they are looking out for an investment to make. Plus, we make use of advanced technologies where we apply GIS solutions for smart experience. And if you have to see the original, the version that we are trying to create is to make sure that the online search for real estate becomes smoother and it is information driven. In terms of features, so we are still in novice stage where we are trying to come up with the solutions that we can integrate with MeMap, specifically B2B solutions that are going to take a lot of problems that government of Vietnam right now is trying to solve through their land use department. So we first and foremost, we can look out for the land use planning. So we can zoom in and look after, okay, if I have to buy a particular property, what was the historical trend? Whether that property is allowed by the government for the commercial use or whether it comes under residential use. So we can see all those planning under land usage. Second is we can have different layers. So I can measure the distance, let's say from a school, from a hospital, and that's very much interactive, which costs you a lot if a particular owner of the property or real estate agent goes to the government department and get all these information. Apart from that, the positioning and view post around plus measuring the distance and satellite layers is an additional benefit that a customer or a user can see on the platform. And third and foremost, which we have tried to do with MeMap is to integrate it with the listing platform, just to provide a holistic experience to our users. So a property, so just to give an example, if a real estate agent want to register their property, they can directly go on MeMaps. They can list their properties over there, which will be reflected on meland.com, which will provide a holistic integrated solution to the suppliers, thus solving a problem of reaching out to relevant audience on different platforms in Vietnam. Coming to MeCRM, it's a customer management solutions. We have found that there is a huge laggard in the market from the point of view of a broker or real estate agent. They if you consider real estate market in Vietnam, it's still traditional. There is not much of digitalization being done in the market. So what we have done is to consolidate all the leads and stock management, customer management. Then we have built a few advertising solutions that are integrated on MeCRM, which will be reflected on all the other real estate solutions that we do have in the market in Vietnam. What we are expecting is somewhere around 80 to 90% lift in the stock management and ownership of the properties, and at the same time managing the internal stakeholders in the organization. So this is our value proposition for MeCRM, is first to have communication and lead interaction within the app. So if you have seen the real estate market in Vietnam, it is very much traditional. It involves too much of paperwork. So what we are doing is to digitalize it and to make sure that everything is backed by AI and data analytics. These words do sound like jargons nowadays, like everyone is using them, but we are making sure that these are not just the words. This leads to intent search. This leads to actual advertising and making sure that there's huge cost reduction at small brokers in the market. So just to talk about the functionalities, the major functionality again is customer management, which is entirely missing right now in the market. There is not a single solution which is available in the market that is able to solve real estate problems in terms of customer management. So what we did over there here is we have centralized the customer information. To understand the current scenario, people save everything on either Excel sheets or in their notebook, or if they are flexible with Zalo or other messenger, they save it over there. So what we have built is a simple solution that will integrate the customers that they already have on, let's say, meland.com, and they can integrate those customers in vCrm and they can retarget them. It will first reduce the cost. Second, it will reduce their efforts in reaching out to hot leads. And third, it will make sure that if they are posting some properties, they are reaching out to segmented customer audience in the market. The second, and I think so this is something which is relevant to CRM, is stock management, to control and monitor the interactions and status of stock on different platforms that we are building over here. And that's the beauty of Me Group right now. That is, we are building not one solution, we are building 26 different solutions which are focused on 26 different customer problems, which means that we do have 7 to 8 different customers in the market. However, the integration of all these 26 products lead to something which really solves the major pain points that do exist in real estate right now in the market. Apart from that, we can also look at dashboards. We can create work groups. So if I'm a broker, I do have 50 people working under me, I can simply create a work group very similar to Slack, and then I can assign tasks. I can also see the dashboards in terms of what are the total number of meetings they are doing, what is the total revenue they are generating. And believe me, this is something which is void in Vietnam market right now. So these are the two core products that we found are relevant to this presentation for e-governance, because this is something where there are a lot of hindrance and laggards. However, to talk about Me Group and what are the technologies that we are trying to leverage over here, I will start with AI and machine learning, which is kind of a driving force right now for each of our products. And if you see our products right now, the customers are pretty much focused on location and size of the property. However, we find that we can put it and use it as intent. So whenever they come back on the platform, they don't have to again search. It's very similar to how YouTube works. It's very similar to how Spotify works, where they analyze your intent. What are your locations? What are the locations you generally search for? What are the traits you have? So we build personas, we build personality traits, and on the basis of that, every single time a person come on the platform, we have intent search. That's one of the use cases. Second is predicting pricing trend, which is very much relevant in the market. If you understand real estate of Vietnam, it is still growing by 10 to 15% year on year, even after having an impact of COVID, which shows the dark side as well as good side of real estate in Vietnam. However, a lot of people, specifically expats and foreigners who want to invest in the country, they don't understand how the pricing works in this market. So Meland as well as MeMap, these two products are centrally focused on developing pricing trends so that a person can see historical data, which is not available anywhere apart from government offices in the country. And then look at and do a lot of predictive analysis, so that if in case they want to invest in a particular geography, they are assured that okay, their investment is going to lead to some kind of return. So that's first AI and machine learning, where we are focused on understanding customers and developing solutions that can co-create along with the customers. Second is Internet of Things, where we are building smart products that can help builders and real estate constructors to do predictive and prescriptive maintenance for the customers that they are having. Just to give you an example, an electronic device or a plumbing solution that can improve the condition in case they get rotten. So that is something that we are building. An alarm will just push and the customer will get a notification, and it will be easy for both customers as well as real estate agents to have a solution for a problem like this. Third and foremost is something that I have touched initially in the slides, which is virtual and augmented reality. So what we have found is that there are a good chunk of people that come on our platform, but they don't want to go in the market and see the properties. What they really wanted to do is to look at the laptop and see it in a virtual reality. So we found that somewhere around 70 to 80% of people in the market right now belong to this category. So we are building this solution to make sure that we provide virtual reality tools which are driven by mixed reality. So gaming is another thing that we are facing, which is growing in the market. If you see the gaming market in Vietnam, it is almost 80% of youngsters are playing on it. And when we are building a solution which is wealth driven, which is real estate driven, we find that why not build that mixed reality in real estate? Why not bring that virtual reality over here? So this is where we are heading towards, to provide virtual reality solutions to builders and constructors that will not only digitalize the traditional real estate, but also will provide futuristic tech solutions to the current players in the market. This is one of the case that I find relevant to discuss over here. This is the business strategy that we have employed right now for our solutions in the market. So we are very well focused on not only building solution, but how to optimize it, and at the same time, how to generate revenue out of it. So this is the activation strategy, where we have a strong marketing team that target brokers, real estate agents, who are currently referring to, let's say, government side, and they are just looking at the traditional real estate solutions. Then we acquire them, we have strong offline team and online team that target them. We acquire those users, and then we customize our functionalities on the basis of the type of the user. So we do have, as mentioned, 26 different products. We customize those products according to the needs of the customers. And then we do data interpretation on the basis of, since we do have nearby 1 million users coming on our platform every single month. So we analyze, okay, these are the users, what they are doing on the platform, what are they looking for. We do intent search after that. And that's where we build our continuous improvement solutions by executing lean, Kanban and agile methods to make sure that the products are customized according to the needs of the customers. And we do continuous improvement with both of our stakeholders, that is brokers, suppliers, as well as buyers. So this is where our sales and marketing team comes into play with the product. So that is what we are doing with Me Group. It's a very big vision. That is to solve all the real estate problems that do exist in the market by having 26 different products. Thank you for having us here. And if you do have any doubts, and if you want to reach out to us, please reach out to us at chung@meland.com. Thank you guys for having us here.
Thank you very much, Sagar, for the presentation. It's very interesting to hear that such solutions exist.
Yeah.
And I really would love these solutions to be present in Russia as well, and in some other countries.
Yeah, I would say that when I was looking at Russian market, I found that property, specifically PropTech, is very much stable, and it's luxurious in comparison to, if you see Vietnam, which is having mix of luxury and semi-premium models. But I would say that we would love to have some kind of collaboration on that, and we will definitely reach out and carry this offline.
Okay, again, thank you very much for your presentation. It's really interesting. So right now, then I would like to pass the word to RTI group. So at least I see that the speakers from RTI group are here, and they can present the solutions that they actually developed and installed in Russia. And as far as I know, we work with them for some other geographies.
Yeah, hello, dear colleagues. Nice to meet you. My name is Yulia Zharnova. I'm head of global business development. Let me welcome you today on behalf of RTI Group. We are very pleased and impressed with the opportunity to present our successful experience in such an important field as digital government and automated command and control systems. My colleague Sergey will make a brief presentation of our competencies. We got the information about the shortness of our speech, so we will try to show our best in 5 minutes.
Okay, so colleagues, nice to meet you. As we see, it takes for us not more than 10 minutes for our presentation, short presentation about our experience. So let me show you in brief our technologies, our competencies. I try to show you my presentation. One moment, please. So colleagues, this is a brief presentation about our company, RTI Group, in such interesting field like automated and control system. And we can use our products, our solutions, and our technologies for the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. So we are very pleased and impressed with the opportunity to present our successful experience and achievements. And today we'll demonstrate and discuss our competencies in creating situational centers, technological infrastructure, and of course, information systems for Social Republic of Vietnam at the national and state level. RTI Group is a leader in building and implementation advanced high-tech modern technical solutions in the direction of automated control system. We can also highlight sub-directions in our field. Operation centers, intelligent analytical software and decision support system, and of course our application solutions for use in the area of the safe and smart city. So our experience, a few words about our success projects. We are the builders and developers of the National Crisis Management Center of Emercom of Russia. We create centers in regions, cities, districts, and provide the collection of information from the bottom to the up, from the districts to the center. And we further have raised this experience, and we have built and implemented National Defense Control Center for our Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation. And at these photos, you can see the main halls of the centers with panels for the collective display, the real work of the duty staff, the video conference in our main hall, and so on. So the next example of our successful implementation, you can see the video conference from 85 regional crisis management center of Russian Federation. And I have to say, it's not only a center, it's organizational and technical solutions which provide information flow from all our municipal small control operation center in our districts. And after that, all information flow goes up to the regional crisis management center, and after that to the national disaster management center in Moscow. So this center we have built in 28, and in our best practice we apply advanced scientific and technical developments in the field of monitoring and analysis, comprehensive prevention, decision support, emergency forecasting, and so on. This photo demonstrates the daily work of our centers, and you see that this is the main hall of decision support staff. So let me show you the typical architecture of our centers. The center is the primary core of emergency management for our EMERCOM ministry. So the National Center collects information about the situation in the country from different sources of information. And it generates big data that is used for prevention, modeling, forecasting, early warning, and managed forces in case of emergencies. The center also carries out information interaction with other with other government organizations and public authorities, which allows you to create complete, actual, and objective view of the situation. So here you can see the typical data information flow from the, as I said, in the different source. We analyze and modeling and use decision support system, of course, with visualization and other products which use for public awareness and interaction with other public authorities based on management policy, but for example by your center. Our key users of our system at the national level, at the state level, and of course at district level, as I said. And we understand, we have a good understanding of the process of prevention, response, and manage in case of emergencies. We received a great interest and response from the tops of your, for example, disaster management authority. And we understand that all data flow of data acquisition and monitoring, analysis and modeling, simulation, forecasting, approval of decision making and selection, and of course compliance, implementation and reporting of this decision. And here you can see the typical interface of one part of our products, like a geoinformation platform, which is used to storage and to form the data, the big data for other systems. And here you can see the visualization of, for example, data from the video cam from your country. And this is not only video cam, we form the information layer of this video stream and make other connection with other information analytical system, for example, video analytical system, face recognition system, and use this stream from different sources. So our geoinformation platform is a set of technologies, and we can use it not only for our example like Ministry of Defense or EMERCOM, but in another for cooperative and business, for example, regional and municipal governance, resource industries, logistics and planning, and so on. And here you can see our typical interfaces with the key functional capabilities: real-time situational awareness, transport infrastructure monitoring with connection to different systems, for example, like flight radar, you know. And of course, we can use UAV, unmanned aircraft vehicles, and we use, for example, photo and video stream from this plane. And as I said, we make a special different information layer which can use to modeling and forecasting. And after that, our second interesting products which we use for our customers is BI platform. And this is a typical BI system. Yes, business intelligence. It's a functional analog of such famous system like Microsoft Azure, Cognos BI, ClickView, ClickSense. But I have to say that this system and all other systems, it's our own Russian products. And we know that we make a trusted area, trusted ecosystem for all our customers. And it's main requirements from our customers. So this is in small key functionalities of our BI system. And another interesting model subsystem is a flood early warning system, which we use to predict and to forecast the such emergency like a flood. Here you can see the main functions of the systems, the main effects of using of the system, and of course we have an experience that our forecasts reduce damages and consecutive of Emercom. So it's very effective for our Emercom staff.
Yeah, I would like to add shortly that as Russia and Vietnam have something in common because of difficulties in disaster management. That's why I think our experience will be very interesting and useful for Vietnam countries, but not only solutions for flood early warning, also for wildfires early warning and earthquakes.
Yes. Today we show you our interface in brief, but we are ready to show the system in real time with real interfaces. So today we can show you on the presentation. But this is the real interfaces from our system, and you can see the use our geoinformation platform and analytical system based on online meteorological data to predict the level in the river in Vietnam, for example. So here you can see another one interface. And at the end of our presentation, we would like to take your attention for our communication complex. This is a high-speed informational interaction between high mobility objects like air or water or land vehicles, and it's our own products. So it's a very high-speed modem to make an interaction between our complex like ships, helicopters, and so on.
Yeah, and in this field we're working and successfully with such big Russian companies as Russian helicopters and Russian railways. So our products are already installed there and using in several countries all over the world.
Yes, yes. And mobile control complex, it's our, as I said, our own product to make a mobile control center. So we have realization of this product in other countries. And of course, it will be interesting for countries. This is our own product, and we can show you in real. So, colleagues, thank you for your attention, and we are ready to ask for a question.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting to hear and to see what the great job you've done in Russia. And we are from Tech Global. We hope that we will do such kind of projects in other geographies and probably in Vietnam as well.
So, thank you. And we are ready to contact and to answer questions. We give you a presentation and make a special video conference with our potential customers and our potential partners, first of all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I want to pass the word to Andrei Grinevich, who is the head of international relations in Rosatom Infrastructure Solutions. Rosatom owns, I would say, we can in many cities Rosatom is probably the main company in the region. That's why it really forms the whole landscape of the city, and it has to bring all the innovation in that city. And based on that knowledge, Rosatom has developed the big number of solutions for the city. And actually, right now, Andrei will tell more about these solutions and how the solution can be used not only in Rosatom cities, but can be used in the other cities, not only in Russia but globally.
So yeah, as you already heard, yeah, I'm working for Rosatom, and my company is called Rosatom Smart Utilities. So basically, this is a company, this is a division in Rosatom, which is responsible, and that is responsible, yeah, for infrastructure solutions, not only in terms of technological view, but also in terms of infrastructure as a city itself, so buildings, roads, bridges, and etc., etc. So we started a couple of years ago with a small company that was based in Rosatom as a small division. However, for now, we have a revenue of $188 million only in Russia. We have different businesses such as I already mentioned, the smart city, water utilities, heat supply, the electric power supply, and etc. We have more than 3,000 employees right now, and we have around 1,000 megawatt hour electric power under control. So based in Russia in different cities, so as Glazov, Novouralsk, Seversk, Krasnokamensk, Dmitrovgrad, Sarov, next to Nizhny Novgorod. Why am I naming these cities? Basically, the cities are the main cities in Rosatom that are basically based on the nuclear power plant developing, delivering, and some weapon building, as we are Rosatom, obviously. So we started from our cities, from small Rosatom cities, and we started to develop the cities in terms of better life cities for their citizens. So what we're doing is we have different implementation of different products and different scope of our vision, how small Rosatom cities and actually cities in Russia should be in terms of people life, in terms of good services, healthcare, and etc. So yeah, as we already mentioned, and I already mentioned, we have different cities where we present and where we started our smart city projects. So on the map on the right side in English, you can see like different towns that are already implementing smart city businesses, smart city platforms that are based on Rosatom solution. And also we provide municipalities with lean smart city projects, which I'm going to talk through next. So our goal, as I already said, is a safe and comfortable environment for all people that actually live in town. And just to mention, again, we're not looking for large cities in Russia and abroad, like I don't know, like Moscow, St. Petersburg. We're trying to focus on the smaller cities that are less than 500,000 people. Why so? Basically, in large cities as Moscow, there are already present companies that are already supplying different smart city projects. And the actual cost of these projects is quite large compared to our projects. Our projects are quite small, but quite effective on a small area. And this is where we based it. And this is our best response for new 21st century goals and different priorities. So what we do is we do the digital ecosystem and we provide this digital ecosystem. We call it the integrational platform of Rosatom. And what we do is we integrate different mobile services, or not only mobile services, but internet services all together into one platform, which is really efficient and easy to use for different municipalities across Russia and abroad. So, for example, we're trying to focus our main projects in different administrations of cities. So, for example, we're now currently would be present in Belarus, also in Kazakhstan and other different countries next to Russia. And we're trying to negotiate on different projects and what the smart city platform should be in this different regions. So what another thing we do is we do the infrastructure modernization. So not only we provide the new technologies, new platforms, and etc. We actually provide services like the new pumps for the water supply, for the heating, for the electricity. We provide different solutions for this case as well. And we form the growth points. And what it means, we're trying to seek in the actual city, what are the really good points for businesses, for people, for tourism, for education in this particular city, and trying to focus on the main and most effective ways to increase this growth. So the transformation of the territory to smart city approach, it's pretty straightforward. So we're going to administration, and firstly what we do is we analyze what municipalities should do to increase their performance in terms of interaction with organizations, interaction with different municipalities across the actual city. So how the residents involve in terms of the city, in terms of its development, in terms of its life, and etc. And we provide different solutions for this. So as already mentioned, we're already doing this in different cities across Russia, and for now, this practice is pretty much it's pretty good. It's really strong. So we're trying to negotiate with different cities across Russia to try to put this into a normal state, normal behavior, not as it was like 10 years ago, but as it should be now in the modern world. So the transformation goes for, it's not really fast, so it's not like 1 year or 2 years. Of course, it's more than this. It's quite like 3 to 5 years, because we were focusing on transport, on infrastructure, on public satisfaction feedback, on the territories, on the ecology, on the social and cultural sphere, medicine, again, tourism, regional authorities, and that's what we are trying to cope with in these towns. So again, what are the advantages of Rosatom? We understand the city problems and in Russia, and especially in the territories that are quite close to Russia. We understand what the problems are as we work with these cities and we work with these countries. And we're trying to implement the use of lean smart city methodology and technologies in these cities. And we'll also comply with UN strategic views. So on the clean water, on education, on well-being, on economic growth, on infrastructure, and etc. So the lean smart city methodology is basically the process which should be lean, which should be smart. And this is what our company is doing. We're doing the analytics, we're doing the proper process improvement, and then we are trying to implement this all in one administration, not them, in the municipality. So, for example, in one of our cities, like we reduce time between different departments in administration from something like 30 days to 3 to 2 days, which is like incredible for Russia. It is incredible, incredible goal, and we're trying to again implement this in different administrative and municipalities. So again, we already implement this in Serov, and Serov it's a nuclear city, like the Vcrm city. What was done there? It's more than 60 modules for residents, for businesses, and administration, meaning that we have a transport module, we have different modules for efficiency for administration buildings. We have the city dashboard, and that means that people basically can in administration of the city, they can use the dashboard to see what's happening with the town. So how much power it uses, how much heat it uses, how much electricity it uses, and what is the current transport situation inside the town. What are the people talking about? So basically, if there is a module where you can just walk along the town, you see the problem, you name the problem in your mobile app, and this problem goes straight to the administration, so they can see what's happening with the town, so how to interact properly with citizens. We'll also provide the city with analytics. So not only for transport, but where people actually walk based on cameras, based on CCTV, basically. And we combine this data for different systems, and we provide this data for businesses inside the town. So meaning that they can precisely place their how to say it possibly, how to precisely base their businesses inside the town so that the people can actually benefit from it. And we provide, of course, technical support across all our projects. We're also included in best practices by UN Habitat and best practices in Russian Federation. As already mentioned, we invest in urban infrastructure together with digitalization. So we understand that digitalization, it's a good way to look at things for future, but without new infrastructure. So if you have like an old infrastructure, an old, I don't know, an old lines and old pipes, you won't be able to use and benefit from new digital transformation. You need also to differentiate it into the infrastructure, and you have to put a lot of effort to make this happen. So that's what we also do on the PPP format. So basically, it's a private public relationship. On the left side, you can see this is the situation center that is in work, and this is one of our cities as well. So it's Zheleznovodsk is a resort city. It's quite a small one, only 100,000 people live there, but still there is a digital platform that we implemented with a situation center, with mayor's dashboard, and where all this kind of modules, actually 35 of them, they can be all looked up. And I think that's it for now. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. My contacts, actually company's contacts, but still, you know, like I will answer them, don't worry about it. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Andrei, for your presentation. It's really interesting to see how small, I would say, initiative grew from sustainable business within Rosatom. So and now you can share your experience with other companies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Actually, now we have one more presentation. I hope that it will be not more than 5 minutes. So I encourage you, all of you, to stay probably for 7-8 minutes more. So 5 minutes presentation, then we will make a wrap up. I can tell you like secret that all other sessions already over. Our session is the longest. So do we, Marina, I know that you're already with us.
Hello, we are here. Nice to meet you, everyone.
So please.
Today we would like to talk about what project we are doing as part of the digital state transformation and how our experience and competencies can be useful to the e-government of Vietnam. I'm sorry, can you hear us? Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, thank you. A few words about us. Our company is subordinate enterprise of the Ministry of Digital Development, Communications and Mass Media of the Russian Federation. Next slide, please. Next year will be 50 years old. Voskhod is more than 1,000 employees, more than 50 patents, and 46 implemented state information systems. Today, Voskhod is a multifunctional partner of state in the field of information technology. We create innovative IT solutions for government, implement and develop new formats for effective interaction between the state, citizens, and business. Next slide, please. We do offer development of information systems in accordance with the requirements of state standards, support and maintenance throughout their life cycle. Special attention is paid to information security in projects. Our principle is strict compliance with requirements for the prevention of information leakage, confidentiality, and protection of personal data. We develop solution architecture. At the same time, we are guided by the standard of a unified technology architecture or methodology based on our experience in creating various systems and the world's best practice, such as TOGAF. Our projects are state system of passport and visa documents, Russian state automated system Vcrm, electronic document management system, situation center of the new generation, and ICT platform. Next slide, please. Let's take closer on our services. Next slide, please. A little about how we organize the work of building IS. ETA is a methodology, process, and tools. As part of the work on this methodology, we are not only building a classic cycle of creating information systems using modern development mechanisms and automation of software assembly. As a part of our work, we accumulate knowledge and technology for further reuse in IP in the interest of various departments. Next slide, please. Since 2006, Voskhod has been developing an infrastructure and ecosystem of solutions for the use of ID documents containing an electronic chip with biometric data. Initially, the system was designed for the issue and use of an electronic passport containing biometric data. All solutions comply with ICAO requirements for ID documents. Also, as a part of the platform, tools for the electronic visas issue and use were created. Now, on the basis of the passport and visas, the platform solutions for the issues and use of an internal citizen ID card, which chip is supposed to store not only biometric data, but also a personal electronic signature, are being developed and prepared for piloting. Additionally, the project also involves the use of a citizen mobile identifier to receive services. Next slide. The state automated system Vcrm was created by order of the Central Electronic Commission to automate processes during electronics and referendums at all levels. The system provides for fundamental guarantees of the citizens' electoral rights, increases the openness and transparency of the election procedure, as well as exclude the influence of a human factor on voting course and results. Next slide. Under the scope of the project on development of a government solution on the migration to electronic document management, the main tasks were arrangement of a paperless and legally important process of interaction between employees of one organization and between several authorities were accomplished. As a result, an adaptive electronic document management system was created. This system is customizable for the particular characteristic of state services user and provided pursuant to the typical cloud solution model, where a separate independent installation is not required. Next slide, please. Separately, I would also like to draw your attention to our decision of an interstate legally significant exchange. Next slide. The service of the third trusted body is now being developed within the framework of the Eurasian Economic Union, but it can also be considered as a technology solution for interaction between our countries. Briefly about the next slide, please. Let's talk briefly about implementation of the platform for monitoring the performance of socially significant technological services and resources and quality control of the provision of public service. Within the framework of this solution, not only important technological services are monitored, such as the availability of network resources, telecommunication services. In the future, we're talking about the possibility of developing a new generation situational center, monitoring the quality of services, tracking socially significant parameters, using various data sources for making management decisions using BI systems. Next slide. A little about the technologies of the Internet of Things used in the interest of state control. As a part of solving problems for the automation of control and supervisory activities, WASHOT has developed solutions based on the Internet of Things platform. Some of them are already operating in the regions of Russia, in the Chelyabinsk region. This is control over atmospherical air. In Volga region, it's control over cultural heritage objects, and Kaluga region, which is monitoring of illegal logging. Next slide. Thank you for your attention. We will be glad if our experience and competencies are interesting and demand. We hope for cooperation, and if you're interested, we are ready to separately discuss promising and most pressing issues on building information systems. Thank you.
Some questions?
Maybe some questions?
So I think, thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you that you finally found time to make it, because we already thought that you will miss it.
Some questions we will answer for them, or give you more information if you need.
Okay, okay, for sure.
Thank you for attention.
Okay. So, Mr. Dokon, probably it's time to wrap up for us. So let me start, and then you will continue how you would like to proceed.
I start first, yeah, and then you wrap up. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to show our appreciation for the information and solutions shared by both sides today. This information will be very important for us, so when we can report and propose to our leader for the further cooperation for both bilateral and forum. The 10 presentations have touched upon a variety of topics that are unfortunately also key targeted for digital transformation, which are education, transportation, smart city, e-government, and so on. I'm very impressed by the idea and story shared by the speaker in their presentation, some of which I believe have precisely addressed the pain point that are preventing the digital transformation process in Vietnam. As our minister always says, digital transformation sometimes can be simply understood as using technology to fix the pain point. I do hope the forum today will set a firm stage for the tech firm from both sides to meet more often, for more good ideas to be shared and heard, for more business deal to be signed, and above all, the relationship between two countries can continue flourish. Thank you. So
thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kovendo. So first, I want to thank everybody for participation. I really do hope that next time we will meet in person, and we will be able to shake our hands, to exchange hugs, to smile at each other, not only through the Zoom, and to exchange the probably even old school paper business cards. And as for today, I think we've heard from both sides quite interesting presentation, and we saw the context of each parties, and I think that all those who listen to the presentation now has all tools to start contacting and to exchange the information and to start joint digital transformation projects. So thank you very much. Thank you that you found time today. Thank you that you've been with us, and especially in the time that we were nearly 1 hour late, but still we're here. Thank you very much, and have a great day, and have a great evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for the host. Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
До свидания.
Thank you. Bye.